Yo, guys, been sitting around doing a little bit of thinking, and a little reflection, if you will. And I realized that this is the last episode of Pugliese Speed Shop for 2023. So I went back and kind of started thinking about some of the promises I might have made you guys at the beginning of the year. And all the things we were going to work on and how I was going to focus better and all that kind of stuff. Well, I think I did better than most people thought I would. That makes sense, right? I don't know. Check out this episode, and maybe you'll agree with me by the end of it. So I don't really think it's a lie. Like if you didn't mean to do it, I really don't know if that's true. I remember trying to use that excuse as a kid. It didn't work then either. But I was going to get back to work, or I guess finally get to work. But I decided to continue making Kevin crazy. Just thought that was a better idea. No. I realized it was Christmas time and we had plans, right? So, me and Megan, we jumped in the old Tundra there, and we got went out, got some dinner, looked at the Christmas lights, went up to the farm, all this Christmas time stuff that we do, and it was great, guys. It was awesome. It's all about that, having a good time, spending time with friends and family, which I hope you guys are doing because it's important, And then so Christmas was yesterday, so now it's actually time for me to get to work, right? And first, Megan told me, her and Andrew, they hooked me up. I'll show you guys what they got me a little bit. But set me up in the shop, and I think it was their way of telling me, keep your ass out of the house, get down in that shop, and get some work done. So that's the plan. I'll show you what they got me. So they listen. A lot better than I do, that's for sure. But, stuff like you guys see me use screwdrivers instead of the right tools. A manual, that's good thinking, buddy. I'm always bitching that my pre-X's, I got stuff everywhere, so they got me some new pre-X's. Kid got me a dope-ass code reader. Old Beth and Jimbo hooked it up with some microfibers. You can always use them, right? And this is all, thermometer, all sorts of grease fittings and hose clamps, O-rings and cotter pins, and guys, and we got Costello doesn't want to, oh my God, I killed the dog. Oh my, here we go. We got it, he's okay. Don't pick him up by his head, I guess, right? That's the key. There you go, this little, we used to have Bob hang out down here. Moment of silence for Bob. He's up there. He's up there. He's pointing this way. You can wave to him right now. That was terrible. Anyways, Stella don't come out and hang in the shop, so Megan says she got me a shop dog. That's pretty dope. I like it. We're gonna try and improve our audio portion of our program, and just a bunch of other stuff, guys. I'm all set up. So all the time when I'm like, oh, I got to run to the store because I don't got fittings or hose clamps or O-rings or something, we're set up now, and I appreciate it. You guys are probably wondering what that is, huh? So if you guys remember, I said we're getting ready to paint that truck. That's the paint booth. It showed up today, guys. It's not very light, I'll tell you that right now. But we brought it down here. We got the other thing there was the it's on top. I made a little shelf out of it. That's the rack to hang stuff on. I got some folding like sawhorse type, all the stuff you need to, I mean, you guys see the shows, so we can act like we know what we're doing, right? Guess we'll find out if we do. Guys, I really hope that the kid is able to kind of stitch together my ramblings with some pictures and video clips and all that to kind of put together what I'm trying to say. I'm hoping he's like in my head a little bit, not too much because it's scary in there, dude. I promise you. But try to do like a year in review, right? That's what I think I mentioned that. If not, hopefully you got the gist, right? And in an effort to be more focused and all that and stay on track, guys. Never done this before. Actually made a list. Yeah, wrote some stuff down. There you go. So. This is trying to sum up all of my stuff I just talked about for the last, 10, 15 minutes. I went back and went through like all of our videos for the last year, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, I feel like we didn't get a lot done, but man, we did an awful lot of work, you know? So are we that inefficient? I don't know. Well, the first episode of 2023, me and Megan were in here. She was cursing off in the corner. And we got the olds out of here, and we brought the Bel Air in. And that was an ordeal. After that, we had my sister's car in here. Definitely wasn't planning on messing with that thing, but we took care of that for her. It was with the window motor. We swapped that out and a couple of little things. So then after that, we got back on the Bel Air right away, right? We gutted that thing, got it running and driving. I forget which order, but ordered a ton of parts. A ton of them came in. And then later on, when the kid came home from college, you guys saw we gave it to him, right? That was the plan the whole time. And I figured I'd just mess with him and have him edit videos on like his dream car. And there's more to come on that one. I don't want to give it away. We're going to have an episode later on where we talk about our plans for the new year. And this is a big one. So we'll leave that there. After that, we met Joe from Napa, and awesome guy. I talk to the guy all the time. I'm in there all the time. Clearly, when you have stuff like I have, learned about some customer service. Made some good friends over there, and yeah, we got some new tools and stuff like that. So just wanted to mention that because that was like a big change for me. That was kind of a big, seeing something that I was doing in here and making a difference with somebody, so that was kind of cool for me. Then we got back on the olds, right? As we're waiting on parts for the Bel Air, we got the olds back in here, and we started fixing all the little dumb crap on that thing that nobody else in the world would have fixed. And I was plenty of comments mentioning, I can't believe you're actually doing this. But I did because the car was really clean and rust-free, and somebody's going to love it. And you know what? Somebody does. Like I said, dude came from Alabama, bought that thing, drug it home, and he never called me or nothing to curse me out. So I assume he loves the car, and that's where we're going to keep that story. All right. After that, guys, I had the huge honor of just having the best birthday gift ever, and Megan signed me up for a class, Gene Winfield's metalworking class. I'm looking at my certificate of completion. That's guys, awesome experience. Gene's an amazing guy. I met a bunch of cool people there, and we follow each other on Instagram and whatever else stuff. So it's cool. It was so cool. I learned a bunch of stuff. Got to use a little bit of it on the Ford, and with some of the plans in my head, I'll be able to use a lot more of that stuff. But just an amazing experience. And I got to go have, my brother lives out that way, so we got to hang out and have a couple beers. And I got to eat a burger with peanut butter and jelly and ice cream on it. And that was way better than it sounds. All right. So that was great. After that, we got Mike's work light broke down. We had that in the shop, me, Michael, and Wade. And my favorite clip, I think, that Andrew's ever edited is right here.
What I do is I just try to take my hat and I turn it around. And it's like a switch that goes on. And when the switch goes on, I feel like another person. I feel like a truck, like a machine.
So we got the bike running, and Cracks me up. After that, my buddy Gary, he passed away about 2 years ago now, and he had a '65 Mustang GT. We did some work on it, myself, Kevin, and Michael, detailed it all up. Well, then I got on it again. We stored it here for a while at the house, and we did a car show and gave out an award in his honor, so that was awesome. That was just, really glad the family was able to do that. And I was able to drive the car. Beautiful car. Even though it's a Ford. After that, the Jeep came back in. We did a bunch of work on the Jeep. I don't remember exactly what, but, the power steering pump just quit working. And that was actually seen kind of in the video where we brought the Bel Air in, because I had Megan pulling the Bel Air with that. She couldn't cut the wheel, and I probably should have looked into that earlier. But we fixed that, a couple other things. Now that you're going to see more on too, because I've had plans for that thing for a long time now, and honestly, a lot of parts in it are getting wore out because we're driving it, guys. I took it the whole time we work on the Tundra. I drove it to work every day, and Andrew drives it, and we've loaned it out a whole bunch. It's been a great vehicle, so we want to take care of it. So there's going to be more coming up on that later on this year too, or rather next year. Well, after that, luckily we got that thing going, and to where Andrew could drive it every day. So that's when the Caddy came back, right? We went to pick it up from Andrew. Well, we went to go watch Andrew graduate college. We got in his car to go move it, to go empty part of his room out, and it wouldn't start. And guys, that just opened up a can of worms. The alternator was bad, so we swapped that. And then it was leaking oil everywhere. And then, the car was not 100% for a while for the whole time we had it, because of the brakes. We got on the brakes. We did all the brake lines. It just kept going. And I'm glad we did it. Car's been, he's driving to work every day. It's safer than it's ever been. It's riding better than it ever has. And kid loves it. So glad we got that done. But man, that thing, I took a beating, guys. I took a beating. But that's just North Stars and Caddies and life. So we got that done. Around that time is when Jay started coming over on Tuesdays, and we started hitting up the F1 Hondo, right? I wish we came up with this idea sooner. Both of us were just clobbered with work, and at work and outside of work and all that, and it just we weren't focused, guys, right? We talk about it. So we sat down, we came up with a day, and we have held true to it, and the truck is moving along amazingly. We've learned a ton, because, guys, we didn't know anything about old Fords, or really any Fords, right? So we've learned a ton. You guys have learned some. You guys have taught us some things, too. So, guys, I appreciate all that, and then with the comments and everything. And more to come on that one, because as you guys see, it's not painted yet. That's coming up. Like I said, the paint booth is here. Actually, after I finish recording this, I'm going to set it up and see how that works out, and start putting a solid plan together to get that thing painted within the next week or so. So that's what's going on there. About that time is when I was just tired. I was driving the Le Mans around, right? Not a lot, because it smelled terribly, and there was leaks, there was all this kind of stuff. So I said, let's get this thing in here, and so we took a transmission leak, and we started just tearing into it. I said, you know what, enough is enough. Let's get it done. Mechanically, it's actually legit, right? We went through all that, and I've been driving it. I just want it to look as good as it runs. So, or at least halfway, right? Whatever. So we started going through it. Turns out the car was a little worse than we thought, a lot worse than we thought. And with all that, I said, well, let's get after it. We gutted the thing, really saw how bad it was, started getting parts together. I mentioned earlier, and I've actually scrapped that plan since then, because, guys, things move pretty fast.
Yep. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
But my brother sent me a marketplace ad, on a 77 Sport Coupe, which I love the fact it was a Sport Coupe. And I was going to actually maybe a parts car because it didn't have a title. Or can I get a title? I don't have the sports coupe I want. And I kind of kept going back and forth with it. I got a lot more information from the guy. He was super cool. I got a lot more pictures. And turns out parts of it are better than my car. But most parts of it are not. So it didn't make sense to cut that car up to get parts that I could make or buy or whatever. So I didn't cancel the parts that were on order on Le Mans. Actually, I need to check on them and see what the hell's going on. But we are pushing forward with that, so you will see a lot more of that car. That one's going to be, well, it's going to be what it's going to be. Got to keep watching to find out. After that, that's when Kevin hit me up about Scott. He came and got that bike. And guys, this is what happens when you're retired. You got a couple dollars to spend on a project, and you obsess on things. Because I've known Scott for a while, but that's just how he does it. And he worked on that thing till it was done. I saw it in person, and it's awesome. That was that. Then we saw, dude came by to take a good look at the 65 C10, the gray one that was wrecked when Andrew told me that it was clear. But anyway, turns out it's not nearly as bad as we thought it was. So that's good. And that'll lead me to something else here in a second. But we located a lot of parts. There's some parts a little harder to find. And once I get them all together, I'm going to hit this dude up, and he's going to do what he does. I do not trust myself to do any of the structural, very detailed welding that needs to go into this truck. And I love the thing, so I want to pay somebody to do it. That was a detective just a couple of days ago, so that's how that's going. So after that, we had the Tundra come in. We did the lift, wheels, tires, tonneau cover, and we're still got some more parts that are coming in that I probably should have ordered in the first place. So you'll see them coming up on tech tips here and there, little stuff we're doing. So that'll be that. Like I said, that's probably like one or two, like the Caddy and the Tundra, the two biggest things I think we accomplished, because the Caddy was just kept on going and needed to get done. That was so frustrating. And the Tundra, I've been wanting to do it since I bought the thing 5 years ago. Glad I finally got it done, and I'm loving driving the truck again. I drive it every day, so like every day I'm reminded, like, hey, good job, buddy. Right? Right. Then we had Buddy's bike come in, just basic tune-up stuff. Got our asses whipped by some brakes, which never should have happened, but it did. And he's back on the road, good to go, not an issue at all. Speaking of bikes, we got Jesse's wheels done. And then we did some other stuff on Jesse's bike. I wasn't part of putting the bars on, but that went on. The bike is just amazing. So, that was awesome. And I'll tell you, he's actually out in Kansas City right now, visiting, his folks back home. His father's a big hot rodder. He's got like Nomads and all sorts of really cool stuff. And he's a Harley guy. But Jesse didn't start riding until after he joined the Navy. So he never got to ride with him until this last year. Right now, he's out there. He trailed his bike out there because, well, it rained and snowed along the way. But they went riding the other day. Jesse mentioned that he was able to do it, and that is just absolutely awesome. That is what hot rodding, motorcycle, that's what it's all about, guys. If you're not doing that kind of stuff, you need to be, man. That's just awesome. Jesse, that was awesome to hear that news, man. I'm really glad you shared that with me. And I just shared it with the internet. Hope you're not upset about that. I don't think he would be. But if he is, he'll get over it. So that kind of leads to, that's where we're at right now, right, guys? If you guys saw a video, so it was really cool. I guess we're getting some word out there. Some of our videos are taking off pretty good. And had Viking Bags hit us up. We just did a video that we're going to be getting a bag from them to do a review on it and stuff. I haven't gotten it yet, but that'll be coming up. And speaking of things coming up, I said that the C10 wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is awesome. I'm so happy about that. That brings us to the green C10 outside. That's something I wasn't looking for. I bought it a couple years ago. My boy John Boy hooked it up. Super good price. And, it was just, it was a Christmas decoration for him. We got it running-ish. All right. All right. Right, yeah. And that was about it. Then it got pushed outside, went out to Sturgis, and it just, other projects just come, you guys, you watch the channel, you know how it goes. I was going to make that a shop truck. I was going to do a lot of different things with it, and turns out I don't need two 65C10s. And old Wade is bitching when he comes over that, he looks like Austin Powers trying to, get his truck out of there. So we need to get it out of the way. I got two plans for it. We'll see which one takes off. Number one is if you guys are interested in picking that thing up for a great deal, and as it sits, right? Comment down below right now, with the phrase that pays.
It paid dirt with K dirt.
Hey, this is Bobby Ouch, K-Dirt's hottest new DJ. You've just won the K-Dirt $1 million giveaway.
No shit.
Hey, you can't say shit on the radio. Oh shit, no, I just said it.
Yeah, I don't know what the phrase that pays is, but so just comment down below, and we can work something out. If not, if I don't get any interest in it, we're gonna drag that thing in here after the F100's out of here, and do something with it, and then probably see if we can turn her loose at that point, because we're trying to focus on the stuff that we absolutely love, and I'm taking a kind of an inventory of things. And getting rid of those two projects was awesome. It was a huge weight lifted off, and I think we got to get some other things done. And I think if I had those sitting here, who knows if I would have got the Tundra done? Who knows? So we're gonna listen to old Kev every now and then, and we're gonna try and focus a little bit. Which, by the way, it's 16 minutes I've been rambling right now. I know he's not watching this anymore, and that's fine. We'll talk about it later. But that's where we're at, guys. A little year in review. Hopefully you guys dug it. Hopefully my ramblings didn't drive you crazy or to drink. Or if you did drink, do it responsibly, because, they're going to be out there. New Year's coming up right now. So speaking of that, hope you guys all have a happy and safe New Year. Guys, don't forget, man, especially as we're going into New Year, right? If you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work. That's what we're about to do in this new year. So hopefully you guys are here to watch it, and we'll keep working. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys. Hey, Chaz here from Pugliese's Ding Dangs. It's dirty. I gotta clean it up. All right, guys. I'm calling it a win for tonight. All right. So, is she running great? No, of course not. It did. Well, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We got a little bit left to do, but not a lot. So, had a Twizzler,